Welcome back to the podcast. Today's subject is something that Marley and I have been talking about a lot in the last month between ourselves and also a ton with our clients. So we're just going to jump into it. Sacrifice is not a dirty word. So I want you to think right now, are you confusing scarcity with sacrifice? I know you've heard that when you cut expenses, you automatically begin to think in scarcity mindset. I know you've heard it because I've heard it a million times, right? When you start cutting expenses, then you're in lack mindset, and that's when your business starts to tank and like so on and so on, right? The difference is it's all about the intention you have behind it and what you want to gain from that shift in how you're spending your money or how you're using your money. So we put a list together. What do most people think sacrifice even means? And the things that we heard and came up with are restriction, lack, scarcity, not fun, not living well, not having what you really want, having less than, and unsuccessful. Those are the words. They are all very negative, right? That's what the general population thinks of when they think of the word sacrifice. What does sacrifice really mean? The actual definition is the act of giving up something valued for the sake of something else regarded as more important or more worthy. I'm going to read that one more time. Sacrifice is an act of giving up something valued for the sake of something else that is regarded as more important or worthy. You are not taking away from yourself to just take away from yourself. You are not taking away, I don't know, let's say like eating out just because you're taking it away. The intention behind it is because there's something else that you want more in this season and you're willing to give up eating out as often as you're doing, right? But why is sacrifice a dirty word? It has such a negative connotation, especially in today's coaching and online business industry. I know you've heard scarcity mindset a million times. Sacrifice is not that. It is not that, especially when it comes to your money and your budget. And if you talk to anyone about money mindset specifically.
So Becca and I, this is why we really focus on a positive, forward-thinking money mindset. And we base that with our students on the data that their money provides. Because when you're in control of your money, it's giving you information. You can make decisions on it. And it provides you this data that you need to be able to make really good decisions with your money and be in a really positive and confident and feeling in control mindset. When you are in control of your money, you free up the mental space that you need to be able to set bigger goals, to take action on the things that are going to bring you more income. We have a client just a few weeks ago who was like, I have been signing clients left, right, and center now that I started getting in control of my money, because she has this weight lifted off of her. So she has more energy to be able to give to making sales and getting into conversations. So this is what we mean when we say people are confusing scarcity mindset with sacrifice. So let's talk about some of the things that you are already sacrificing or are currently sacrificing for just your business. You are likely or know somebody, if not you, who has sacrificed a steady paycheck from leaving your full-time job. So you were getting a steady paycheck at your full-time job and you left that to go into business for yourself. You could be sacrificing time with your family to build your business, to create a steady revenue stream. You could be sacrificing your health by working through your lunch or not moving your body, not prioritizing exercise because right now you're really going all in on your business in every spare minute that you have. You could be sacrificing vacations with your family because you're trying to make money and use your time in your business right now. You could be sacrificing your career and that income in order to stay home and be there with maybe you have a newborn baby. And so your goal right now is, hey, I'm going to sacrifice some time in my work mode and some income so that I can have this time away. or not away, time away from business to be able to be home and present with my newborn baby. So you're already making sacrifices without realizing it. And none of those sacrifices that I just listed are necessarily negative. They aren't meant to be negative statements. They're just simply choices that you're making in this season. And the difference is that those decisions you're making, those sacrifices you're making, feel really important to you right now. They are in line with the goals that you have. That's how you're choosing to spend your time. And so, again, sacrifice is not a dirty word. It's about choices. And sometimes we have to trade one thing for another, like trading income to have time at home with your baby, or trading, eating out less so that you have more money to put in your vacation fund. You're trading convenience for an experience. You're sacrificing convenience by being able to grab McDonald's on the way home from the hockey rink and have to make something when you get there so that you have money to put toward more money to put towards that vacation you've been planning.
1,000,000%. I mean, I feel like I fall into all of those categories about things that I have sacrificed or that I am currently sacrificing. We did research before this episode on sacrifice specifically for business owners, since most of you are business owners. But this also applies to anyone who maybe you're in a lot of debt right now. You don't own a business. Maybe you want one in the future, maybe not. You have debt or you have huge financial goals that you have no idea how you're going to reach those goals. This applies to you also. And here is a quote that we found. I'm going to read it right from the paper so I don't butcher it. If you are seriously committed to experiencing true success and reaching your financial goals, you will need to give up some things that others are not willing to. Incredibly successful people are willing to do what others aren't. Sacrifice can be hard. No one said it would be easy. You guys, I want you to hear me. I did not get out of $90,000 in debt by not sacrificing. There was a huge level of sacrifice, whether it was not the amount of money that I wanted to be put in our savings account, and a lot of that money went to paying debt. I had a part-time job and a full-time job. That was sacrificing my time. My husband and I both had part-time jobs actually. So that was sacrificing our time together. There was so much sacrifice, but it was a choice. We chose to sacrifice in that short-term period so that now we are about to celebrate our 8-year anniversary, and we don't have that debt. Like, we don't have that looming over us, and now we are free to go after whatever financial goal we want to as quickly as we want to. So I want to read one part of that again. You will need to give up some things that others aren't willing to. It is so hard to look around in our society and see all these fancy cars and see all these things that other people have, and we want them. Like, I want them too. I'm not even going to lie. But is that right for you, your business, your finances, your family, your time right now? Maybe not. So there is probably, I'm not even going to say there may be, there is probably one sacrifice that you could make in either your business or your personal life that catapults you to your financial success and how much ease and peace you have around money. There is almost certainly one sacrifice that you are not making, that you are choosing not to make, that could make things so much easier for you. I'm going to give you some examples. So this could be sacrificing certain expenses. For us, we are sacrificing right now like a lot of eating out because we don't have the time to eat out. We do have the money, but we don't want to spend the money on eating out right now. And I want to give another one. So experiences that you plan that maybe you need to sacrifice or choose to sacrifice. Every year since my husband and I have gotten married, we drive to the mountains, which is about 2.5 hours away, and we cut our Christmas tree down. Well, I use that term loosely. The Christmas tree is freshly cut down in front of us. And we take it home, and like, it's just a tradition for us that we started before the kids were even born. 2 years in a row, we have chosen not to do that because we didn't have the time. My husband didn't have the time to take off of work. We didn't want to rush up there and rush back and feel stressed. We were choosing to spend that money in other places, and we felt really good about the decision not doing that tradition for 2 years. This year, we will pick it right back up. like we never stopped. But it was a choice that we made not to do that. We weren't forced not to do that. And sometimes you have to sacrifice income to hire help in your home or your business, which we experience, Marley and I experience firsthand. The convenience, or no, like to convince yourself cutting expenses is going to make your business make more money. Pause this. We're going to clip this out, Madison. So you convince yourself that cutting expenses is going to keep you from making more money because we are told constantly that sacrifice means a lack mentality or a scarcity mindset, a negative money mindset. That is just not true. It is just not true. When you currently evaluate your expenses, personal and business, personal or business, whichever way you fall, you are doing it through the lens right now of what you might gain one day. It's a hope, it's a wish. But you're forgetting about today. You're forgetting about like the present moment. So I want you, if you have ever dreamed about your dream car like I do all the time, I know exactly what I'm going to get. Um you've wanted it forever, right? You see it on the road, you see other people driving it and you're like, "Oh, that is my dream car." You are making more money in your business than you ever have. So you buy the car and you feel like it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of an expense because I'm making money. Your business, is only going to grow. So the monthly payment is not that big of a deal right now, right? Then other expenses start to creep in. Then we're going out to eat more often. Then we're doing other stuff to maybe drive that car more often and show it off to people. Um, your lifestyle creeps up little by little, whether you realize it or not. All of a sudden, you're feeling desperate for more money. You're chasing sales. You feel out of control with your money. Business starts to feel hard again, and you really can't enjoy that car because you're so stressed about making the payments. That is how the cycle of letting your money happen to you begins and keeps you stuck in the cycle. That's how it goes. Marley, do you have anything to add? I saw you.
I mean, that's what we see. We see that in our clients who are making more money. And that's the biggest misconception in business in general. When I make more money, then life will be easier. Then I can afford XYZ. Then I'll be able to hire the help. Then I'll be able to do this, that, and the other thing. But the answer to all of those things is no, you will not, if you do not have control of your money, if you're not aware of where your money is going, if you don't have a plan for that lifestyle creep. Lifestyle, there's nothing wrong with lifestyle creep. Like, go eat out more if you can afford it. But the question is, what makes you think you can afford it if you're just guessing? Like, are you managing? Are you paying attention? Do you know how much money exactly you have to be able to eat out every month? Because if you're in a place where you're making tens of thousands of dollars a month, and your lifestyle creep hasn't gone up so much that you always have a plethora of money in the bank, like, sure, maybe you don't need to track if you don't have a lot of moving parts. But I still don't think that that's accurate for anyone. I don't think it's smart is what I really think. I don't think it's smart for any business owner, regardless how much money you're making, to not track, because you could be doing black and white. You could be doing so much more with your money if you knew exactly what you were working with, down to the dollar. If you were making every dollar that you had work for you, you could retire. It could be the difference between retiring years sooner to being able to take 5 trips instead of 4 in a year, to being able to, like, just all of the things that you want. You could get there faster if you actually knew your numbers. So this is like just such an important message to really, really sit with.
Well, what we're not saying is we want you to live like poor people. That's not what we're saying. We don't want to live like poor people either. But if you're willing to sacrifice your energy, your time, your family, your health, but you stop at sacrificing with your money, you are keeping yourself stuck. You're keeping yourself stuck because it's a choice. I want to go deeper into the car example. So I think I mentioned a couple episodes back that my husband and I had to go buy a new car unexpectedly. Air quotes, unexpectedly. But we went to the dealership, and what he really, really wanted was a truck with very specific features, upgraded features, I might add. So, what we did was we looked at the truck, we evaluated the payments for the truck. We also evaluated how this truck was going to fit into our family and the values that we have chosen to spend our money on. And in that evaluation of those three things, we decided that the truck is not a decision that we will say yes to right now. And there are many reasons behind this, okay? We didn't want a payment that was going to stress us out. We didn't want a payment that was going to cause us to work more, because working more would cause us to spend less time with our kids, less time with each other. The car that we decided to get for him is much better on gas. He drives very far to work and home every single day, so this is gonna be less stress and money, but also mileage, wear and tear on the car is going to be better for us. Better than all of that, though, is he got all of the features he wanted in this car for a lot less. I'm talking like his sunroof, non-negotiable. His turbo engine was not non-negotiable, but, like, really, really cool, I'm not gonna lie. He got a bigger screen on the dashboard, like, all of these features are things that he wanted in the truck, but we're not willing to pay for in the truck right now because there are other things we want more. So we were able to get those things in a different car that he's going to enjoy right now until we're ready to say yes to that truck, right?
I love
It
it.
was a choice we made. We were not backed into a corner, and that's what felt so good about that decision. We sacrificed what we wanted right now for what would actually help us get there in the future much faster, right? Less financial stress. We now still have spending money that we can do things with the kids. We can take vacation next year. We don't have to, what do you call it? Reschedule a vacation. We get to take more time off this Christmas. And these were all things that were important to us over a car. Okay. So let's put it this way: the truck and the SUV that we actually decided to get were both sacrifices in ways. They both required a level of sacrifice, and they both required a level of compromise on both our parts. And we still knew which one was best for our family and best for our finances right now to get us where we wanted to go.
I love that example so much. And another example that came up recently with some of our clients, and it's a lot less exciting than buying a new car, of course, but it's important because this is something that we're hearing in our community with our students, and it's just, they're not all sacrifices and not all decisions are big. Sometimes it's the little decisions that add up over time, like your lifestyle creep. Sometimes it's the little things, the little, $12 here at every time you go through a drive-through and get a fancy coffee. It sometimes is those little things that creep up that really derail you from your actual financial goals. And so this conversation around pampering ourselves as women and getting our nails done and our hair and all these little extras that can get really expensive really quick, right? Like you're getting your hair done, your nails done, you're dyeing your eyebrows, you're maybe curling your lashes professionally. Like there's so many things that could add up to, being hundreds of dollars a month. And something as simple as just getting your nails done every month. I used to get my nails done literally for years. I had my nails done for 5 years straight without missing a beat because I loved getting them done. There's like a tiny little spider on my curtain. Got him. I'm so proud of myself. I hate spiders. But it was such a treat for me to get my nails done. And I loved it. I loved the feeling. I liked that my hands looked really pretty. And it was just something I loved to do. Well, recently, a number of months ago now, probably maybe even a couple of years, I haven't had them done. I think so. I think I got them done. I stopped getting them done sometime in the last year or so. And I stopped getting them done because I was just sort of at this place where I was like, we have a lot of goals right now. And I don't know that I really care about getting my nails done the way that I used to. I like getting them done. I don't want to stop, but there's so many other things I want to do with my money right now. I have a new business. My husband and I bought a new business last year. I was like, I want to be able to put more energy, time, and money into that. So even just the time that it was taking me to go every 2 weeks to get my nails filled was just something I was starting to go like, I don't know that I want to be doing this right now. So I just decided to stop, and I haven't gone back. And again, this is a conversation that has come up with clients who are like in a place where they're feeling like they're struggling financially to get where they want to go in their business, to be able to hire the help they want to hire and do some of these other things that would really give them a lot of their time and energy back so that they could focus on scaling the business. But they're still getting their nails done every other week and just sort of doing it because it's part of their routine. And they're not looking at this as like, is this an investment that is in alignment with my goals right now? Is this something
Or
that I even want to be doing?
or an opportunity to, like, they're not seeing it as an opportunity to choose something that gets them to a
To
goal
one day.
faster or easier.
Right. And you talk about this all the time, that your money habits, you have money habits, whether you realize it or not. Just because you're not tracking your money, just because you don't have a budget that you're following, just because you're not looking at your bank account consistently and having money dates every week with yourself, doesn't mean you don't have habits with your money. And, so getting your nails done could be a habit. For us, just literally hitting a drive-through out of convenience for like a drink, even like a couple drinks, they tend to be $12 to $14 trips without us meaning to. You think, oh, grab a coffee and it's like $2. It never is. I could tell you because I look at my bank statements every single week, multiple times a week, and it adds up to hundreds of dollars a month that we go, this is not in alignment with our goals right now. What are we doing? So that's what we mean when we're talking about sacrifice. It's like really just making conscious decisions with our money. And I want to tell you, we looked up some of the synonyms for the word sacrifice. So other words for the word sacrifice. And two that came up were reduction or deduction, sort of similar words. And neither of those words have a negative connotation to them. Reduction, deduction. I'm reducing what I'm doing over here. I'm deducting this over here. Like neither of those feel negative when you think about those words. So why does the word sacrifice? And you've heard the phrase pull back to go forward. I'm going to pull back so that I can go forward.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling back just simply means to decide not to do or involve yourself with something that you were previously doing. So this is exactly what I was doing when I decided to pull back from getting my nails done, something really simple and sort of, trivial it can seem. And this is exactly what Becca did when they were making this much bigger decision about what new car was going to align with their family and their goals. Because you get to decide what happens in your business, in your life, and in your finances. And making a conscious decision is the difference between being in control of your money and in control of the trajectory of your success, and the difference between letting your money and your circumstances happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
When you know how to manage your money and you know exactly what's coming in and what's going out, you have the information that you need to be able to make those decisions with so much confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
I want to go to the reduction really quick. When you're making decisions, if you are truly sacrificing in a very intentional way, not in a restrictive way, right? If you're sacrificing what you know you want eventually for what you need right now, that is a reduction in the amount of decisions you have to make every day. And imagine the mental space that comes back to you from not having to make all of these decisions every single day. So, yes, it's a reduction in things that you want to spend on. It's a reduction in, I don't know, things that you want to be able to do right now. It's also a reduction in the amount of decisions you have to make every single day. It's a reduction in the questions that are swirling in your head every single day. And that alone is a gift that you cannot get anywhere else.
Right. And I think what we want you to leave this episode today with is we want you, number one, to not think about the word scarcity as a dirty word. Number one, definitely is the point of today's episode. The second part of that is we want you to feel confident to evaluate the decisions that you're making when it comes to how you're spending your time and how you're spending your money, because sacrifice is inevitable for success. And we want you to make intentional sacrifices that align with the goals that you have and that align with the lifestyle that you want today and in the future. So we want you to leave today looking at sacrifice as an opportunity for you to get to your goals more quickly by just making some adjustments into the way that you're thinking about your time, your energy, and your money.
If today's episode was a mindset shift for you on sacrifice and what that means for you and your family and your business and your finances and your energy and your time and all of those things, if it was a mindset shift in the best way, the next step for you is to watch the replay of Own Your Finances Like a True CEO Masterclass. We're going to drop the link in the show notes here for you to, it'll be delivered right to your inbox. You can watch it. I think it's like around 40 minutes if you don't put it on 2x speed. But it is going to give you an idea of like what's on the other side of getting control of your money. What kind of decision making skills and choices will you have on the other side of getting control of your money? What opportunities open up for you when you are on the other side of getting control of your money? What sacrifices do you maybe not have to make anymore on the other side of getting control of your money? Do you see? Like, this masterclass is going to show you the possibilities, what is available for you when you make the decision to get control of your money, to know exactly what's coming and going, and to know exactly what you're going to do with it.